Welcome, everybody, to Streaming. I'm David Robles, and this is SS Sophia, episode 4. These are my players. Oh, man. I didn't think of one ahead of time, and I'm here. We will have to come back to
scoundrels.
Okay. Maybe there's just not one today. Yeah. Okay. Before we get started, you could like, subscribe, click on the link, join the Discord. We're always looking for more members, more followers. All that helps us keep putting out great content like this. And joining the Discord helps in finding players. All these wonderful players here, I met in the Discord a few months ago, and it's just been magic ever since. Looking for not just a channel to follow some good content, but maybe some cool people to meet on the internet. This is definitely the place. We do our best to provide a really good, safe place for those who love TTRPGs and everything about them. Yeah. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay. Let's recap a little bit. The SS Sophia is the largest steamship ever built, made as the world's first luxury liner in defiance of God and man, and meant to accomplish what the Titanic failed to do, and set out a new course as well. And on board, we have Julia's character Ainsley as the un and new heir to Alexander Montague that was pretty short-lived after her father, who was one of the major investors of the SS Sophia, was found murdered on the second day, with a lot of suspicions pointing towards him. One of the other places suspicions pointed was our large American friend, Dutch Lockhart, played by River. And Dutch has suspicion pointed towards them for good reason. They are a Yakuza spy sent here to, at the very least, spy and kill if necessary, and is very eager to do so. Dutch made friends early on with someone else he felt a kindred spirit with. Maybe it's that desire for violence that they share, which led him to our wonderful Irish expatriate who lives in America, writer Callum Agnew, whose early experiences with a cryptid after being lost in the forest at a young age have led him down a strange and eventful life. And I forgot to mention that his father died, primarily being responsible for the actions from Alexander Montague, Ainsley's father. So he's got a little bit of beef with all these people too. Of beef, Elliot, Fowler, and the wonderful Sir Harrington came aboard together. Sir Elliot Fowler is a young student, a prodigy. I think we said, I think one of the comparison was made to like a young Sheldon, except gayer. And
pussy, yes.
And I don't think it's accurate anymore.
Yeah. And with meeting with a chance to network and meet more and more powerful people, he found that there was a tenuous connection from an old college fraternity, secret society he joined, called the Virgo Pastoris, which seems to be running the entire ship. And with that newfound connection and tenuous connection to power, has asserted his independence from Sir Harrington, which unfortunately left Sir Harrington bare and open for attacks, who, an explorer his whole life, has been lured down to the belly of the ship, who then engaged in a hard-fought battle. Excuse me. with a large Russian named Igor, and is now locked in a watertight container, roughly the size of a shipping container, to the side of the boat. Also, Callum is passed out after hearing the cries of a different cryptid slaughtered and pushed out to sea in a ritual that the captain of the ship conducted, who is also the person in charge of the investigation of the murder of Alexander Montague, and Elliot was put in charge. I think that about summarizes it, right, gang? All right, cool.
My sister threatened to kill me.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And now
Rosalia
she's about to fuck Dutch.
Found out that Ainsley knew about his half-brother's murder, not death, not sabotage, and not retaliation from another enterprise, but in fact murder by Ainsley's mom. Killed him with arsenic using a stone that she used for pigment called realgar that turns to arsenic when ignited. And he is in a battle to the death with his childhood friend, Tom, who he grew up with and is maybe or had a little bit of feelings for.
Who knows anymore?
And
not Ainsley.
Rosalia and Ainsley's sister Rosalia and our friend Dutch have discovered the plot and in great detail to continue. They have 4 more spots to hit. There are 5 more spots to hit and 5 more of these rituals that need to be conducted, as well as some other interesting correspondence that between Alexander Montague and Captain Francis Chester Reed. Okay. Woo! Who wants to die first?
Not it.
Me, pick me.
Okay, we go to the hull of the ship. The slow sound of the ocean at the sea line laps against the hull of the ship, echoing in this nearly empty chamber. This 10 by 20-ish size sealed off room. Sir Harrington, you have 1 hit point left. You have not felt this dire of a situation. You have not felt this close to the edge, this close to oblivion in a long time. And what you feel in common with that time is a chill begin to fill your body. As you lay against the side of the hull, the exhaustion, the adrenaline has left. The exhaustion fills that space that it left as you sink to the floor. And the cold seeps in as you feel as though you are sinking and feel as though you are falling. And it's too cold. It's the cold that burns. It's the cold feels like you're never going to be warm again if you ever feel anything again. And it's because you are back there in the Antarctic. You are falling in a crevice, in a hole in the ice that gave through. And as you reach out and grasp for air and try to get to the top and claw at the ice on the sides, you feel a firm hand, your hand, pull you out. Lawrence, I see you needed somebody to rescue again. And as you come to sitting across a fire is your twin brother, the real Sir Harrington.
Harrington? How are you here?
How are any of us here?
Where are we?
I believe we were supposed to come here to find the origin of life, so I think that you may have a closer answer to that question than I.
I'm sorry, I must have drifted off while I was waiting for you. We need to get just a little deeper into past the false tundra, into the ice fields themselves.
What is it you expect to find?
Are you an answer? I don't know what we're looking for, Harrington, but isn't that why we're looking for it? To find it first?
To look. Without destination or objective is just to wander. Did you bring me out to this ice to wander?
Well, isn't that what you do now? I read your book, by the way. I read that first book of yours. It was entertaining.
Thank you.
If a bit fluff-filled. Would have loved to learn more about the peoples there, but the architectural descriptions were amazing.
Thank you. Put a lot of work into highlighting much of what we can learn from these more back cultures. Some of this architecture is far beyond what we're even doing in the modern day. I wonder, though, Sir Harrington, when I die and you take my place, Lawrence, when I die and you take my place, how do you manage to use the same voice to not arouse suspicion?
Well, Harrington, I've known you all my life, minus these past 4 years. If anyone can write as you, it's me, right? If anyone could be you, it's me. If we jockeyed for position a little more, perhaps I would have pushed out 30 seconds first and been Harrington. You know?
Perhaps. Is that the justification you used once I died? Is that it was your right? Is that what has helped you sleep at night all these years later?
No. The world lost Lawrence. No one blinks, no one sheds a tear, except for Harry.
Mother and father seem to shed their fair share of tears.
I wouldn't know. Didn't go to my funeral.
Interesting. So you take my good name and then you sully it.
Soil? Harrington, half the world knows your name. I did that for you. I did this for you.
For me. Or even in this moment, even at this time, as you create a figment of your own imagination to cope with the massive trauma you've suffered, you can't even be honest with yourself. You didn't do anything for me, Lawrence. You did it for you. You've always been jealous, rudderless, directionless. You assume the title and the name of a greater man to accomplish lesser deeds. And even in these last moments, you still try, even in these quiet moments alone, amongst the only company you have is yourself. And you can't even be honest. Pathetic.
You know, I'd almost forgotten why I hated speaking to you.
Ah, there it is.
Well, be he ghost or figment of myself, I want you to know these words struck me true. And I no longer regret leaving you in this field. And I think Harrington kind of snaps out of it at this point. He's like, okay.
Yeah, as you're trying to snap out of it, and you are as you're trying to snap out of it, you were trying to first you try to just close your eyes and open them, right? And you are and then it doesn't work. And then you storm away, and as you turn back to look where the camp was and then turn back, you are walking towards the campfire again. And your twin says, you took quite a beating, Lawrence. You will can't quite come out of that as you will. And then as you're sort of sitting there and thinking of ways, you start to hear almost as if it's through almost as if you're hearing it through a screen or through 2 doors down, right? You start hearing voices. That is very unfortunate. What the result? But did you check his pulse? Well, we shall lock him in here, and in 4 days it shall not matter anymore. Yes. And then you hear a different voice as the sound of the metal doors closing. You hear a different voice saying, yes, he's a young compatriot. Elliot is already on our side. And the book has been retrieved from the safe. And then you hear the other voice say, wonderful, wonderful. And the Montague safe has been planted there, correct? Yep. It was planted at the same time. We had the young master use the outboard, plant it, and go. Correct. Did he take any evidence of correspondence? Well, you didn't tell me to. And then the doors, you hear clink, clink. Seems like for once in your life, you can't run from your problems, Lawrence. You just gotta wait this one out.
And Lawrence is still seeing the Arctic scene.
Yeah, it's
hearing beyond.
Yeah, it's almost like it's almost like an Unreal Engine kind of thing, right? Where wherever you move is the scene, right? It's like everything else is like a haze, 5 or 10 feet out.
Yeah. I think he sits down on a stool again. Right, Harrington.
You should rather hope.
What would you have had me do?
The young Master Elliot shows more effort to save you than you did to save me.
What would you have him do? Leave you here and take your name and glory and money?
Be fitting, wouldn't it?
And so the world turns.
I don't think my name is one young Elliot wants. Nor is yours.
Yes.
He was quite determined to make something of himself.
Quite admirable, isn't it? Refreshing, even.
It's certainly different.
Certainly.
Certainly something new.
And as you sit there,
Harrington.
Yes, Lauren.
You don't feel honored by what I've done for you? Not even a bit? You're not glad your name is writ large upon the face of the world? I thought that's what you always wanted, Harrington. To be the biggest, to be the best.
I think we've both discovered that to be the most well-known is not necessarily to be the best.
Yes.
I think what you've done is admirable, but neither optimal nor necessarily desirable.
You do find me admirable?
Yes. It takes quite an effort to reach the heights you did. You worked very hard. I mean, even seeing the talent behind Elliot's rather shy demeanor, seeing what he's capable of, is a talent in his own.
He's a blessing.
Well, let us hope he blesses you one more time.
I've never been more glad I asked for someone not from Stanford. Couldn't risk running into one of the mini-yous you left running around.
Okay. From that, we're going to cut to Ainsley. Okay, Julia. This is we're rounding the corner on our story. You are in Ainsley is face to face with Tom. He has attempted to grab you in order to throw you over. These are going to be brawl checks.
Great.
Yeah.
So good at those.
So we're just going to roll.
Okay.
For who gets initiative and who gets the first whack.
Okay. Okay.
What'd you get?
6.
Very good. Definitely beats a 32. Okay. So you can use brawl to like get away, right? To like push him off, and then you can try to like run, right?
Yeah.
You just if that's what you want to do, or you can I'm not sure, whatever you want to do, right? But I just want to let you know that like you're not cornered, you're outside on this deck.
Yeah.
I'm going to say one of the things that you caught in one of your successful rolls last time was that Captain Reed stopped talking a while ago. So it is somewhat of an empty ballroom, if not clearing out. And then the last element of this river, if you can try to convince, this is a little bit meta, right? But it would make sense to find this to, if you want to try to come to young Master Ainsley's aid. If that is an idea between you and Rosalia. We're going to come back between rounds. We're going to do this first round, and then we're going to jump to you guys, and then we're going to go back.
Oh god, I'm fucked. Okay.
No, Dutch is fucked.
Not yet.
Okay, let's go. What's your action? He sort of grabbed you by surprise.
So his hands are currently on me.
Yes, he tried to like grab you by like the the shoulder and like your belt.
Okay.
To fight him off would be a brawl roll.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like, what are you doing? And I'm just gonna try to like push off of him however I can. Where is Brawl?
The left column towards the
Oh, I
bottom.
found it. Okay. Oh, that's not a high number. Okay. Okay, my heart is actually going so fucking fast right now. Okay. 26 on a 37.
Okay, that certainly beats a 96, which is also a fumble for Tom. So we'll say that Tom goes to grab you by like the arm that's like on the railing and then the back of your pant, right? And in a move that you, because you've been taking fencing as part of your education, and in a move that you have yet to master, where you just kind of like turn your wrist over to disarm your opponent, you use that same sort of idea. It's almost like a muscle memory kicks in. You swim over his arm. He's unexpecting it, and you use his momentum to hit him into the railing, essentially.
Right, you do essentially some kind of swim move.
And use his own momentum to slam him into the railing. So you can go ahead and double your damage roll.
I don't want to cause damage. I think like literally like if I push him into the rail, like I don't do it hard, and I'm not like trying to do anything like threatening, like I'm not trying to smash his head or anything. I think just like as soon as he's off me, I'm gonna fucking run.
Yeah, he's off you now, but the brawl to get away is gonna do something. So give me 2d3 plus your damage bonus.
Okay. 2d3. Okay.
Yeah, just d4 minus 1.
Okay, I don't have a d4 readily available, so I have to do it on myself.
Here, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Oh, okay.
So we'll cut from there, then to Dutch. Dutch, you are +3, right? Your damage or your damage bonus. Where's that at? Damage was 0. Okay, so 4 damage. Yeah, okay. So Rosalia is reading all this. You guys are like absorbing everything. And then, like I said, the last thing you see is that letter.
This is Master Montague saying, I want to give up Ainsley, and Francis Chester Reed or somebody of the higher-ups saying, no, it has to be full-blood, it has to be Rosalia?
Yes, is one of the things you see.
Okay.
And then the last thing you saw was this letter that says, that has it looks typed, right, like on a letterhead, which is not uncommon for a lot of legal correspondence, a lot of stuff you've seen like this, and it has it's signed by Alexander Montague. Do you want to give me, let's see, give me 2 rolls. Give me a spot hidden. This would need to be a extreme success, and then give me an idea roll.
Okay. Spot hidden, I'm going to do first. That's really good. Since we improved, it's a lot better. It was already super high. That is an 8. That is an extreme success.
Perfect. Looking at this letter compared with the correspondence, this was not written by the same person.
The signature is different
than his signature. It looks like coming from someone who is a criminal. Give me an idea roll.
Yep.
Give me the idea roll now.
That's just raw intelligence.
Yep.
That's a success. That's a 45 on a 50.
Wonderful. This is a forgery. This is planted evidence. Somebody has been in the safe. This you can see the ink is like slightly different. It looks like a different like sort of pen. It's like a little bit thicker. The where there's like a big flow on the M, it's like a little bit sharper of a curvature on the M, right? Like you see these like little tiny details. And then the other thing pops into your mind. Why would this be in here?
Rosalia.
She's just still shuffling, like re-looking at some of the other stuff. Really, she's really locked in more on the sort of cryptid sacrifice element of this.
I mean, who wouldn't be? Dutch is going to try to get her attention. Just Rosalia. I know this is all strange.
Yes.
This one. Regarding your brother, regarding you and your brother, it's a forgery.
What?
Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I said I would be blunt. I'm going to be blunter, and so I'm going to need your trust for a moment. Is that all right?
Okay, yes.
When I was in Japan, I worked for the criminal underground, the Yakuza. That is how I made my money. That is where I worked in protection. That is how I know bits and pieces about the organization that your father worked for. That is how I am not as surprised at some of the larger letters in regards to the beasts that they're killing. It's unsurprising to me. That being said, it also taught me that I can spot a forgery better than just about fucking anyone that I've seen. And this is not your father's handwriting. Compare these two letters. Compare the first, where your father is expressing doubt over the entire operation, and then comparing it to how he wants to sacrifice Ainsley over... It doesn't match. Ainsley is in danger.
Okay. With that, we will have she'll get the help roll on her spot hidden. Okay. Oh, yeah. Extreme success. Perfect. With that advantage. She spots the same thing. She can tell that the signature is just enough different. You're right. What does this mean?
I don't know, but if there is any... The organization that your father worked for, I know it by its Japanese name, the Magata Yurei. It is disgusting. It seeks some frightening things that I do not fully understand. It's just my job to find out a little bit about them. And so, my guess, one of them is trying to cover their own tracks. And thus, Ainsley is more than likely in larger danger than you may understand.
I just Reed was my father's oldest friend. They've known each other since they were boys. This is beyond inconceivable. This is monstrous. This is... Okay, we must... But they think we do not have access to this safe. We must put everything back exactly how it's written.
Absolutely.
And
that...
I think you're right. We should find Ainsley and perhaps... But Elliot had the same ring. Oh no.
There are more information. There are levels.
And from there, we're going to go back to Elliot. Elliot, you were leaving Sir Harrington about as frustrated as you can be. Give me an idea roll to think of where to go next.
25 out of 80, which that's a half success.
Perfect. You remember that Callum is passed out in the room.
Yeah.
Unsure how he's doing.
2, so that is a bit of a pressing need. 2, you can wait here for Harrington to try to confront him again to get the book. And then I think lastly, you have the idea that speaking again with Captain Reed would be beneficial for both your investigation and perhaps to get some leverage to get what you want from Harry.
You mean the man that I just watched ritually slaughter a fucking massive cryptid beast?
Yes.
In plain sight?
In not plain sight, in cover of darkness. Yeah, about an hour ago at this point.
Yeah. I think he's gonna go back to Callum. I think that's probably the smartest bet.
Which will bring us to Callum.
I honestly think Elliot is a little scared of Captain Reed now.
Yeah, 100%. Which will take us to Callum. Callum, you are sitting... sorry, actually, your body is passed out. You come to in that same forest. You sit up, your head is groggy, and there are just bodies all around you. There are these
Row figures.
Disemboweled, heads ripped off, limbs ripped off, all over this like sort of open forest floor area, sort of canopied, right? And there's just blood, and guts and viscera and hair and shattered bone everywhere. As you sit up and you sort of like put your hand down to like stand up, it's just your hand. It's just your small, but you stumble, and before you could like hit the floor face first, a much larger clawed hand reaches down and helps you around the arm and helps you up. And it's the Watcher. It's that same beast that you saw all those years ago when you got lost in the forest. And as he helps you up, he's like, "Are you?" He asks,
Callum, are you okay?
I've certainly had better weeks. It's been a rough couple of days here.
You've definitely had worse. Come, sit.
And there's just like 2 stumps. This is like I said, it's almost like a clearing. And at the edge of it, there's just 2 stumps. And he sits across from you, this massive frame. It's like it's like a deer skull, antlers coming out, huge, like 7'5" like broad-shouldered. He sits down on the stump first and is still easily ahead over Callum's frame.
Small man. Yeah, I'll go sit down. Why are we here?
This is where you found me.
I don't know why I trust you, but I do. Why could I feel what happened?
Callum, I'm gonna be honest with you, because there's not much time. There are, just as in the natural world, there are simple beasts who only desire food, a mate, and small forms of joy. Survival is their life. And then there are more advanced and complex beasts. Wolves, dogs, that have social networks and hierarchies and more broad functions and purposes in their ecosystem. And then there are humans who have evolution earned the rightful place to guide civilization in the natural world and dictate who and what is allowed around. But before humans had that place, my kind did. However, we are... how do I explain this to you? Your language does not have the requisite words as your species has not discovered this knowledge. We are spirits. And spirits that require vessels that can be summoned and moved and transferred. And when we find a worthy vessel, we mark them and we stay with them, so that if our current one is destroyed, we may yet live again and continue that same purpose, protecting the natural world from monsters. Humans cannot.
Am I here to help you find a vessel, then? How can I help you? All we do is take and take.
Yes, it is a trademark of your species. There is a great evil trapped that long ago there was many and more of my kind who roamed in all the wild places. But as those wild places have shrunk, there have been less occupy and many have moved on. Long ago, we locked away an evil beneath the ocean, an unspeakable one with powers over life and death, one that could control the minds of many at once and make them but vassals and slaves to their will. The man on board this ship wished to unleash that evil. They believe through their great efforts or through some form of will or because history has told them so, that they would be able to control this evil, commandeer it for their purposes. These men are fools. And they must be stopped.
Just tell me how I can stop them.
There is a book on board. One that
Elliot's been looking for a book. Is it?
One that requires its own sacrifice to even be opened. In it, there is a ritual to allow a spirit, a willing spirit, and a willing vessel
to become one.
So I can become your vessel instead.
We would become just as
I have to sacrifice somebody of my own. I don't have anybody. How can I do that?
Callum, you have to sacrifice yourself. Just as there are natural laws, blood for blood, body for body, you would give up your humanity for a greater purpose. You would become ageless, an eternal, a protector, near indestructible. As I was for hundreds of years. We got lost in the woods, and when you were found, a group of men started telling stories. And when the Rogar Pastores found out, they hunted me. And now the head of my last vessel hangs in the home of the man who captains the ship.
Do you like the sound of being a protector?
Say again?
Do you like the sound of being a protector? I can have my revenge still.
You and me both would. You will wake up shortly. When you do, should you make this decision, it needs to be willingly. You need to find the book. You have 5 days before an evil unlike any other is unleashed.
Right.
And then his
Find the book.
voice, yeah, he's repeating that, and it sounds like it's being pulled down a tunnel, and the light begins to like narrow, and you wake up, and one of the ship workers, it's the essentially like housekeeping, is has their hand at your neck. And give me a spot hidden real quick.
Success.
You see
Extreme success.
the same.
Hard success for what it's worth.
Perfect. It's a different person. You see a similar hook tattoo, much like the first attendant you saw when you boarded. They are reaching down towards your neck.
I'll just like slap away and pop up and be, I'm fine.
Oh,
all right. Just
sorry.
had a bit of a fall.
I was very worried. We had obviously a prior tragedy on board, and I was afraid that a similar fate had befallen you. I apologize, Master Callum. It is
Maybe had a bit.
And Elliot,
to drink. That's all.
Okay, wonderful. Is there anything I can get you? A bucket of ice, water.
Is Mr. Fowler around?
Just at this moment, Elliot, you walk in.
Oh,
Elliot. Morning.
Mr. Callum. Morning. Glad to see you're well.
Sorry about that. It's didn't expect something like that, but we're all good. We're making it.
Good.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a bit of a mess right now. Let's fix that.
Oh,
Okay. And then from there, we're going to go back to Ainsley. Let us... the first thing we got to do is roll a con roll. So we're both going to roll a con roll.
Oh, God.
You're great at that, right?
I'm actually not bad. It's a 65, so now that I said that.
Oof. I'm rolling.
Oh my god! 5.
Yeah, you, so with an extreme success, you get +1 move, so you're 9. And with he had a failure, 86. I'm rolling like dog shit. So he gets a -1 move. We'll call it that. He's probably like concussed a little bit. So you can go wherever you want. He's not going to catch up to you, unless you run into like some sort of barrier or you like take the time. So I'm going to give you about 10 seconds when I'm done with this sentence, and you need to tell me where Elliot's going, or else you lose that 1 move advantage, and we're going to do another brawl roll. Okay, where are you going?
Okay, I'm running to Callum's room.
To Callum. Okay. Yeah, so we'll say you get about halfway there. Dutch, what are you doing?
So, first thing, I think Dutch, after having fucking info dumped as hard as physically possible on Rosalind, last thing Dutch remembers, Rosalia. It's because we've been talking about Julia's show so much recently. Yeah. After info dumping real hard on Rosalia, is going to think, where was the last place that I saw Ainsley in the main ballroom during that? I'm pretty sure Dutch would have noticed the small boy looking at him for really awkwardly while he was in conversation about being a boxer with an older man. So straight down to the ballroom and is taking Rosalia, like arm in arm.
Yeah, Rosalia doesn't need much convincing. Is kind of, it feels. Rule, give me a psychoanalysis.
I'm sorry, psychoanalysis and not psychology?
I'll be nice. You can roll psychology.
Okay, because one of those I have nothing in and would require a 1, which would be hilarious, but... well, I rolled a 3 anyway, so it would have been
wonderful.
Close.
This is someone who is one of the most assured people you've ever met. Someone who has... you've only seen glimpses, even when they have been at their most intense, even just like a few moments ago when they were on the brink of an explosion, was still in control, right? This revelation, this information has broken Rosalia's brain and is essentially on autopilot following you. So
hence
your
why
success...
Hence why arm in arm to make sure she is at speed. I can't have her slowing down.
Yeah, you guys, we'll say next round you guys are going to get to each other.
Real quick, before we move on, Dutch would also like to put on the brass knuckles. I just want to make sure I have those just in case.
As you're getting there. Okay, Sir Harrington. You sit across from your brother at this campfire. It is cold and bitter, and your body begins to feel warmth. Give me an idea roll as you dry off.
Oh, yeah. Where did I just had my dice? Where the hell am I? That is a 56, which I believe is ideas until. Yeah, that's a pass by 9 points.
Yeah, you think it's a good idea that your body's warming up, even in this like psychosomatic situation, right? You feel as though you are. Sort of any change is probably good. You let's take a deep breath, and there's a bit of ease. So what will you do, Lawrence, if you do escape? What difference will there be Or will the lesson learned here be just to not go into strange containers with foreign men?
I look up at Harrington. I think you might have a cremation. Go down in a blaze of fire, pop up with a name that no one's had before. I think it's time the Duke boys were dead and buried.
Interesting. Those people don't get a second chance at life. Seems like you're going to get a third. What will Mr. Fowler do?
Carry us forward.
Maybe.
If not, carry us forward, he'll at least put the money to good use, I'm sure.
That I have no doubt. If those...
Poor mom and dad, outliving both of their children.
Those pesky shepherds don't get their crooks into him. This is as good as of a man Elliot is. He does remain quite impressionable.
Shepherds, Harrington?
The boy's ring.
His class ring?
Not his class ring. The other one. It's the shepherd's crook.
Can Lawrence make a posthumous spot hidden to see if it ever register?
Hidden at advantage, because this is your subconscious alerting you to something. You're muted.
For advantage, I roll the tens place.
Yeah, you rolled the 10 place twice.
Okay. Alright, well, let's see if we can do better than the 13. We can.
Perfect. Yeah, you put together that the reason... you're sort of putting together, right? This is a conversation essentially with your subconscious. You are putting together that the reason Captain Reed has taken such a keen interest is and Elliot mentioned, right? Well, Captain Reed thinks differently. And you also have been able to put together that on that first night, although they were all different materials, a lot of gentlemen had a similar ring. And and then you put together Elliot was invited to go have drinks. You put together that Elliot was separately invited. So there's clearly what you think at this time can no longer be attributed to just a professional interest in Elliot, that there is a conspiracy, in fact.
Yeah. I have a question. Going over those memories of rings, do I remember the last 3 I saw in this room?
They were not wearing them in this room, but you can remember because you did meet. You didn't see Bruno that night, but you met Gunter, and Gunter had it. Alexander Montague had it, and so did Francis Chester Reed. Alexander Montague is dead.
Mm-hmm.
The German locked you in here to die.
Gunter doesn't know he's dead yet.
Yeah, pretty much. And Elliot is now seemingly, maybe unknowingly being used sort of a pawn.
I think the way Lawrence is reading it is it's either that, but I didn't choose Elliot. Elliot got sent to me.
Elliot did get sent to you.
And these people want me dead.
You did talk about many discoveries in many places that you plan to go to. So perhaps it was
and I've told, it's very clear that Harrington is the kind of guy who, yeah, I'll share my research if I can see yours. Yeah, of course, happy. It's like, it makes perfect sense that, yeah.
Yep. Okay. And
The shadow. Harrington, our boy better be in over his head. Because I cannot take the alternate.
I think we must first stop referring to him as the boy and hope that this young man can resist the temptation better than you did. And from that, we're going to go back to Elliot. Elliot, it looked like you walked in and there was a one of the like attendants standing over Callum's body, and he like hastily stood up, and it is just kind of awkward.
Can I make a roll to see if I can put 2 and 2 together and see what was trying to happen?
I'd love that. Idea roll.
What am I rolling?
Idea. Pure int.
57 out of 80.
Doesn't look good, right? You know that Captain Reed, probably all the officers, if not most of them, Gunter, you know the Virgo pastors in general, right? That all those people you saw on that balcony that first night, you know that probably the officers, these are the people, and so it would go that, maybe they have some of the staff. What does Elliot do?
Fuck. I'm trying to think. He wants to. If he thinks anything's gonna happen to Callum, he wants Callum on his side. So I guess I'm just gonna have to try to fucking hurt the other attendant.
Okay, give me a brawl roll.
See if I can extort. Fuck. God.
I'll give you advantage because he's mostly turned towards Callum at this point. He's still talking to Callum as trying to. What looks like to you, he's trying to play it off and be like,
"Oh, that's an 8."
You can roll the damage.
I need to get a D4 out because I didn't anticipate on punching anyone tonight. Gonna use the gay one. It's a 2 plus damage bonus. That's damage bonus of 1d4. So that's 4 points of damage.
You can
with
roll
my
your damage
fists.
bonus twice because he's surprised.
Oh shit. Okay, so that's 5 points of damage in total.
Okay. This man takes this hit pretty hard. This is it looks like a young American. Not particularly big, but he takes this. Yeah. He just looks like your average dude. He takes this shot, and this would probably knock down most people because they weren't looking. Elliot has some background in like hand-to-hand kind of stuff, right? Just in terms of like getting ready for these adventures with Sir Harrington. And this man,
his 55 strength reflects that.
Yeah, this man turns his head back and gets into like a martial arts stance, and is going to attack. Callum, you also see this, and you can do whatever you want to do. But we have to do your madness stuff.
What do I need to roll?
A D10.
D10. Shocker, I have that right here. 6.
6.
Unless you want me to re-roll it.
No, that's fine. You need to do. It's really kind of serendipitous. Because the only significant person on board that you can think of is the one that the Watcher told you about. You need to do whatever you can to protect Elliot.
Okay. Do what I can to protect Elliot.
All right. What do you want to do? You want to roll a brawl roll? You want to pull out that? Yeah.
So you saw earlier, right, Callum, like from behind, pull out the Colt 45. This time you see his like jacket, like his arm whip up really fast from his jacket, and a little derringer whips out into it. Hold it right there. Ain't no one fighting right now.
This man turns to you and let me see you roll a. Intimidate is a roll, right? Yeah, you roll an intimidation check, and you can do it at advantage because you have a gun.
Hey, David.
What's up?
Do I get to do the fun thing of rolling a sanity check because guns are my phobia?
Yes. Roll a real-time sanity check. Roll a D10.
Yes.
David, I rolled a 3, which is an extreme success on my intimidate.
I rolled a 31. I succeeded.
No, a D10, not a 100.
Oh.
Roll a D10.
Because it's your, you don't sanity roll.
Oh, shit.
You get something.
8. Oh, fuck.
Why are you so
Elliot
worried?
starts
It's
crying.
a gift.
Elliot starts screaming and crying for 4 rounds. Elliot
fuck.
just like...
Damn it.
Elliot...
Like in real life.
It looks like inconsolable. They're starting to have like a panic attack. I guess at the time you would call it like hysterics, a bout of hysteria.
Yeah.
And
I thought women only got those.
Like tears are coming. They look frozen. What was your intimidation roll?
Extreme success.
Extreme success. He puts his hands up. And at this point, you see that the tattoo on his arm, because they're wearing the 1920s and it's incredibly racist. They're wearing those like silk, right? The like Asian style, whatever, right? The attendants. So the sleeve falls all the way down his arm. And what you see now is that that hook is broken by a hand. That the crook is broken by a pair of hands. Instead of it just right in the usual, and I will show now the what will pop up on screen now is the design I've come up with, the Virgo Pastoris. And then what you see is something different, and you saw the hand, but what you didn't realize it was and didn't put together at the time is you were seeing the pinky on top. This is a staff being broken. And he says,
what the fuck is that?
And he looks at his arm, realizing that this tattoo that's like coming sort of out, it looks like it leads to more.
Go on. What the fuck is that?
And then he books it. He just tries to run. And then from there, so we'll go to 4 other people running. My God. And so, River, you are slipping on your custom brass knuckles that do not have a pinky slot, but instead sort of rest on top of your nubbin. You are sort of dragging Rosalia behind you. Let's just do a straight up luck. We're gonna do a straight up luck that you guys didn't take long enough for Ainsley and to miss Ainsley and Tom.
Am I rolling this too, or is it just Dutch?
I will say, because Dutch did say that he info dumped, right? So it's more about their timing. How fast did Dutch get the words out versus you guys were sort of running for your life? Okay.
28. So that would be a hard success.
I also got a hard success for Rosalia. You see Ainsley running down the stairs as you are approaching them.
Beautiful.
Do I see that?
I'm going to say no, because that's not who you're looking for. And that's not like you are trying to just get down the stairs. So I will say, like, as you are about to, like, you're sort of turning the corner, right? Like I've described these before, big, huge fucking stairwells. It's like on there's a 2 to the side, a landing, and then 1 in the middle. And then it alternates like that each level, right? So you see Ainsley come down and turn the corner to go down another level.
Solid.
And then Tom is at the top of the landing.
The way. Heard. Can I tell that Ainsley is being chased?
With those luck rolls, and because they were both hard successes, yes, it is very clear. Tom looks deranged. You've never seen this person before, but they look as though they look possessed of a spirit of vengeance.
Phenomenal. On the way, Dutch fucking tearing apart as much of his suit for mobility as possible. I'm not going to go for Ainsley first. I'm going to go for the boy. I'm going to go for Tom.
All right,
and
let's do it.
I'm not trying to catch him. I'm not trying to do it. I'm trying to hit this kid in the head so goddamn hard that he knocks out.
All right. I think in order to knock him out, you are gonna need to do. Let's see, where is how I was ridiculous that is on the page. Hit points. Okay. He only has 13 hit points. I would say you need to hit 6. No, 7. You need to hit 7. You need to hit over half his hit points in order for this to knock him out.
Cool.
Give me real quick before you give me a stealth roll to see if he sees you, if this is contested or not.
Okay.
He's pretty focused. So it won't require a hard success, just a success.
I am good at stealth.
Otherwise, he's going to be able to brace.
35. That is a success.
Okay. Yeah, he's at the top of the landing and coming down, and if you time it right, you can just look like you're walking and then sort of sprint at the end. And give me the roll.
Brawl or just straight damage?
Brawl.
Heard. That's a 10. That is an extreme success.
Give me the damage with the brass knuckles, right?
Yep, with brassies. So that's 1d3 plus 1 plus damage bonus. So 1d3. That's just 1. 2 minus 1. Plus 1 is 2, and damage bonus is also a d4. Plus 2. So that was like 5, I think. Or 4.
Brass knuckle? That's all that brass knuckles does?
It only just adds
the same
the 1.
damage as your...
It adds 1 to whatever you do.
That's really dumb. Roll a d6. I don't like that.
Okay.
That doesn't make any sense.
Sure.
Substitute the d6 for the d4.
That's a 6.
Okay. Yeah, he's out. Yeah, he's fully out. You flatlined him.
Just one.
Rosalia thinks he might be dead. You hear a like.
Ainsley, boy. Just calling straight through.
I turn around for a second. I see my sister who threatened to kill me, the big scary man, and my childhood best friend on the floor. I keep running faster.
God damn it. I'm going to... Okay, Dutch is in a full tilt sprint. He's trying to catch Ainsley. He knows he can't talk him down from whatever fear.
On the floor.
What?
You have a body on the floor.
Shit. Picking up the body. Cool.
Okay.
Coming with
so
me.
your move speed, Ainsley has a +1 for a move right now.
I only have 8.
Yeah, yours, I'm going to give you a -1 for body.
Carrying
but you can roll
a whole
to
human.
chase, and you can get your +1 to at least keep sort of pace behind
Okay.
and sort of follow. And then I'll also need, I'm going to roll this for Rosalia as well.
How do I roll chase?
Sorry, just roll it's your con. It's your con.
It's con. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll give you a +2 for a fifth, but only a +1 for half.
That is a 12. That is a hard success. Or extreme success,
so
excuse me. 12 on 75.
Yeah, you cannot catch Ainsley, but you are you're not going to fall far behind. I also need a stealth roll.
Okay. $31. That's just a straight success.
Perfect. Rosalia got a hard success. So you guys do a very good job of making it look like you're just kind of rushing this kid to, like they maybe fell or something, and you're rushing this kid to the servants' quarters or something to get.
Are there
help?
Witnesses? Are there other people that were passing during all of this?
Let's roll. I'll roll up. Your luck.
Yeah, it's night, right?
I got just under your luck. There are no witnesses. I got a 69.
Okay, I have a plan. Nice. I have a plan in case of something, depending on where we are going.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll just say you're going to Callum's room, right?
Are we going deeper?
You guys all meet up at Callum's room.
Are we going deeper into the ship?
Yeah. Callum is in the I think
way.
I said Callum is in the. Did I say the after the forward end? I don't remember.
One of them.
I think aft.
Yeah, we'll just go with aft. You're going into the aft.
Callum was on Callum's in the aft interior cabins.
Yes, he is in
no
the interior
window.
cabins.
No windows, no
aft
witnesses.
Interior. Is there any, like, are we passing any railing? Are we passing any edge of the ship? No?
No, you're in the belly of the ship.
Cool. Fantastic.
Dump the body.
A little bit.
What you do also see, I roll in a second. You also see a young man as you get to Callum's floor running from that direction.
Am I rolling spot hidden?
What looks like no, I won't roll this because he's running for his life. So this is very obvious.
True enough.
Give me, to know what is going on, I would like you to roll for me a psychology.
Okay. You've been doing so well for me, Blue Dice. You keep doing so well for me, Blue Dice. 47, that is just barely a success.
Perfect. Ainsley, you can roll a psychology roll as well to figure out what this servant, why is this person is running frantic. There's no Dutch, they're trying to that very, very quick, whatever, right? And you're kind of jogging now that the body hit the floor because you think if I could get to Callum's room, I'll be fine. And they're going to fall behind. And you see this person truly sprinting.
Honestly, I think I'm equally as frantic. I don't think I'm paying attention to that guy. I'm full tunnel vision right now.
Hallway, half gonna pass each other. You are looking dead ahead.
That person sprinting as fast at you as possible. This is this is not they're down the hall, a different direction.
Okay, so you said psychology?
Yeah.
Okay. 100.
Oh!
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You're just too.
I don't care about that. I'm not pushing that.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's just train for the 24 Olympics.
Okay. Dutch, you can give me a brawl roll to stop this guy.
I am.
Their mouth is as well, by the way. Their
mouth is what?
Their nose and mouth are both bleeding. They look like they got punched in the face.
That is a 79. That is barely a success. 1 point
damage.
off. That's. Do you want me to roll the D4 instead of the
you
D6 instead of the D4 again?
If Dutch wants to murk a man in the hallway, he can.
No.
But if you would like to get answers, you can choose to be non-lethal.
Very much non-lethal. That is for the D3. That's a 4, so 3. And then plus plus another 3, so 6.
Perfect.
I don't mean to hurt him, but I do badly.
Yeah. You think you're showing enough restraint, but again, this person is like sprinting as fast as they can. They look behind them, and you see Dutch come out of the room, with like a pistol to the side.
Me.
Sorry, we see Callum come out of the room.
You see Dutch. You see Callum come out of the room with a pistol to his side. So this is quite the menagerie. You have Ainsley. You have Callum at the near very aft of the ship. Ainsley running to Callum, and between Callum and this attendant, and then between and then is you. So it's Callum, Ainsley, attendant, you, all separated by about 25 feet or so. And then you just put this man on the floor.
And then there's Elliot in the room crying.
Solid.
And give me an intimidate roll, because he's on the floor. He was running fast enough that there's no like. And I'll give you advantage for this as well.
Oh, solid. I don't think I'm going to beat a 6.
Perfect.
That is a hard success.
You could get a critical.
No, because you only reroll the.
No, you only reroll the 10th place, right?
Oh, that's right. Never mind. Yeah. Okay, so you got a 6.
That is an extreme success, yeah.
This attendant does not look scared. Looks resigned to their fate. Give me a spot hidden.
Oh, I've been waiting. I have been waiting. 9. Extreme success.
This person is also missing a bit of their pinky, and that resignation is an embrace of death that Dutch is familiar with.
That just gets me.
Dutch, this is also in character. Dutch strips out of his overshirt and lets out, for the first time in front of everybody, all of his tattoos.
There's instant recognition in your tattoos, and he gets to he gets into like a kneeling position,
like a sit seiza kind of loveliness. Yes. Solid, perfect. From here, if we can extend that intimidate roll to everybody else, just be like, this situation needs to stop. I would love to. I would also re-roll it, but the intention right now is everyone needs to stop now.
Rosalia, like I said, is sort of rudderless. Go ahead, say whatever Ainsley was doing.
Can I say, just as soon as I see Callum, I'm going to run and just like fully like child hiding behind their parent, just like screaming, crying, like getting Callum, they're going to kill me. Everybody wants to kill me.
I am not going to kill you. For fuck's sake, I'm trying to help you. Now calm down.
Callum,
yelling makes everybody know what's happening. So let's all just take a moment.
Yeah,
here,
at this point,
I have enough screaming and crying with the little one in the room there.
I'm gonna roll to see. There's not very many rooms. You sons of bitches! God fucking damn! Callum is the last person in, and as you are closing the door, Callum, you see 1, 2, 3, 4 heads pop out. Give me a charm.
The fake hallways and stuff.
Yes, a P-ways. You can get no, not out of the fake, out of rooms. These are other attendants.
Oh, okay.
You can either give me a fast talking or a charm, or
I have charm and persuade.
Or persuade.
Is Elliot done his little crying fit yet?
Any of those 3 you can roll. This is
gun hasn't been put away.
Yeah, you have one more round.
I'll choose Persuade, which is a hard success.
Perfect. Yeah, you just tell me what you tell people, and they're pretty easily.
Yeah.
Did you say something? Sorry.
I'll just tell people we're all kind of hyped up a bit here, and just all need to calm down for a second.
Oh yes, tensions are high. And everybody's kind of like
murder thing, So
yeah, it's good that you are the last thing they see because you're just a tiny little Irishman.
I fucking hate it. At that point, I would have tucked the gun away, so you can't see
exactly.
it anymore.
I'm assuming that you put that away at the moment we started shuffling people in.
The sleeve.
And so I rolled a 26 on the. You guys are good. There's no suspicion from the other guests. They just think that there was a bit of an unruly shouting. Came out to investigate. We are going to pause here. We're going to go.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah.
We're going to go back to Sir Lawrence. So that warmth, as it finishes spreading through you, your brother says to you, it seems as though time is almost up. As the fog as well begins to dim and the darkness closes in around the camp. I wish you well, brother.
Harrington, it doesn't have to be true. Would you tell me you're proud of me?
I am but a reflection of your own mind.
I'm choosing not to believe that right now.
If you want to be proud of yourself, you're going to have to earn it. And then you're awake.
I think in this fit, Harrington has, the jacket has come off, the tie, everything's been pulled off. And he's just laying up against the wall.
Yeah, up to the sound, the lapping sound of waves. It is pitch black in here. You can roll a luck check if Harrington has a lighter on them. This one will be, you can have an advantage because it wouldn't be
Harrington smokes.
Exactly. So this will be an advantage.
Yeah, Harrington smokes.
This is just a random chance that you might have forgotten.
I got a 63 on the first roll and 33.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Perfect. Yep. Harrington has it. I'll say you have your lighter, you have the gun, you strip down. And then there's just the box in the middle.
Back together. Let's put ourselves back together quick.
Yeah.
You can't have anyone showing up and letting us out looking like this, right?
Give me, and these are going to get harder and harder.
Yep.
But give me
a sanity
roll for that. For
sanity roll?
Just the experience of what you just experienced in your death, the sort of face-to-face with your brother, all that
stuff. Yeah. 78 failure.
Okay, we're gonna roll on the real time. I'll just roll it. I think that's better. You're having a hard time remembering the circumstances of why you're bloody. You remember you got in a fight. You're not 100% sure with who. You remember fighting with Elliot, or what you fought about. Did Elliot do this? No, it wasn't Elliot. It was someone else. It was two other people. Who were those people? Where am I again? And that is going to
maybe if I put it all back together. Maybe if I put myself back together, we'll be just fine. Yeah. We'll remember. Yeah. Just need to put myself back together. That's all.
Yeah. So you begin to, as you begin to try to ground yourself and walk through, the sound of the waves lapping is like so intermittent, and the way that it echoes in this container, and then you feel that chill again of the cold, but it's like steady because like you're right on the water level, right? And then it's like also humid. It's just making it really hard to get a hold of yourself. And give me we're gonna sort of jump ahead in time because you are in a scene by yourself. So it takes you a few hours, it feels like. You're not 100% sure, right? Because you don't have any light. You don't have any other sounds, but the sort of rhythm of the ocean acting as a uneven metronome. So we're gonna jump time a little bit, in as long as it takes you to like sort of get it together, and then give me an idea roll.
I'd love to. Does the 3 on a 65 do anything for me?
You think about the pounding of the waves in the water, and you think about how this like incessant sound is sort of driving you lazy, and you think about your distress and boats in distress, and then you put together that you could use oh my god, I just like completely forgot the name of the what is the name of the language? This through sounds. Holy shit.
Morse code?
You realize that you could use Morse code to protect the message. And you remember that that there is the conversation that you heard, that they used the outboards, that there are people in the outboards of this hole that are traveling like these like secret tunnels. So there's a chance you can get someone to come down and get you.
Yeah, I think even just thinking of the outboard, I think Harrington thinks about the vents that he saw people in yesterday. I think he looks up to the ceilings.
Yeah, you can't see shit. Even with your lighter, it's just like a small light that's giving you like a little bit in front of you. There's no... you could like try to stand on the box and get close to it, but it's about 10 feet. Sorry, it's 10 feet wide.
I think Harrington is...
feet, and it's about 15 feet high. So you're there's nothing to like climb on. This is an empty container with flat walls.
I think the only thing ringing in Harrington's head right now is his brother saying, "Then be someone you were proud of." And he's going to take a fucking gamble. He's going to take this box and push it up against one of the walls, like with the like standing as tall as it can, like instead of laying on the ground as it was before.
Okay, give me a.
I think he's going to try to.
What is it?
Go ahead.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Give me a. I'm trying to make sure I use the right roll. I guess it would just be a strength, but disadvantage because of your injuries.
Okay. All right. This is still very possible. Harrington's pretty fucking strong. He's yoked. Yes. First roll's a 44, then just re-roll the 10s, right?
Yes.
Second roll would have been a 24, so 44 on an 80.
Perfect. It did require an extreme success. So you try to push, and you feel like a sort of weakness come over your body. You feel like you feel like you concentrate and you're trying to push it, but you feel the wounds. Like he got you in the soft ribs, so you feel those like core muscles as you try to engage. Like you can't you can't really move it very much. It moves like a couple inches, and then you're extremely out of breath. You think you might have like maybe broken ribs and maybe like a punctured lung or something.
Yeah.
So you move this thing maybe like 6 inches.
So gonna work. And Harrington, I think, is crawling on the ground at this point just to save the little bit of energy he has.
Yeah, that took a tremendous amount of effort and force. You realize in that moment that as whatever other side of this you on is, it's still, you're in pretty dire shape. And it seems as though serendipity or the aid of your tenacious young intern are the only things that can save you. And with that, when that realization dawns on you, I need another sanity check. And this time at disadvantage.
Started as a 10 to a 30.
30. Okay. Yeah, you're fine. You like calm the breath. You sit, you start some sort of grounding technique, either counting or some sort of mess as you sit and contemplate what you can.
I'm going to take a second to like, I think Harrington takes a second, sits there like lighter on between his knees to reload Betty.
Okay.
The ritual of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we could go even a step further than that, right? You maybe like use the cloth of your bandana, and you like disassemble Betty, clean it, reload, all that kind of stuff, and that takes you right with like limited light and all that, and your hands not feeling so great and not feeling so awesome. It takes you a while, so that gives you something to pass the time. Yeah, and with that, we're gonna go back in time a little bit.
I think the last. Oh,
what's up? Last what?
I was just going to say, I think the last active thing Harrington would do, like the last action Harrington would take before giving in and just waiting to either die or be rescued, is shoot the ceiling.
Okay, we'll get back to that because you are now in the future. They are. Yeah. You passed out.
Yeah, it's been hours.
Yeah, you passed out for a while. And then came to, and then now this. So you're like 12 plus hours ahead of the rest of the team. Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna go back in time to the gang. Everybody's together.
Wow. I'm gonna get down and kind of touch Elliot's like leg and knee. Like, you're all right there, lad.
Yeah, he shuffles in. You catch your breath. You are. We'll say you're like on all fours. You're on hands and knee. Trying to catch your breath.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm fine. Thank you, Callum. I'm fine.
Well, gun shy, but to know.
Yeah, a bit.
I don't use them except for defense.
Give me a luck roll as well.
Me?
Yes.
I will say, if Callum went back into the room to tend to Elliot, I would have followed him.
We're all in there.
Yeah. No, you guys are all in the room. Callum shuffled everybody in.
Callum was the last person to enter.
Okay, then I am keeping myself as physically far apart from Dutch and Rosalia as like physically possible.
You're still behind me, which isn't much cover, but
wonderful.
So I have a fun question. Is it possible to push a luck roll? Is it possible to push a luck roll if I got a 99 on that luck roll?
How are you going to ask more from the universe?
Okay, so let me tell you. I was going to tell you afterwards, and I wasn't going to let you push it, but that's bad.
That's really bad. It's like really fucking bad.
You got to sell me. You got to tell me how you're pushing this, because what this luck roll was to determine was whether you hurt yourself punching him or not.
Fuck it. No, I'm not going to push it. I'm going to deal with the consequences.
Your hand's broken. You cannot brawl.
Great. That's awesome.
All right.
You realize now, as your body stops shaking, your hand is still shaking. And you're broken. You have a boxer's break. Dutch sees it from a mile away. You see the swelling at the base of the wrist. Elliot, your right hand. Anything you do with your right hand has disadvantage. So writing any letters, if you are climbing ladders to escape something, or doing anything like that, it's more difficult, and you cannot brawl.
Amazing.
Dutch is incredibly proud.
I told you this is where the shit gets real.
Thanks,
What'd you say? Dutch is gonna what?
Dutch is incredibly proud.
Okay.
Thanks,
So let me paint this picture. Callum, you are sort of helping Elliot stand up, get him to his feet. His hand is shaking. Elliot, you're holding your broken hand. Callum is standing next to him. Derringer, hand in his pocket. Hand in his pocket with
He's
a gun.
got a name.
Dutch is on the opposite side of the room with one of the attendants of the ship, looking adoringly at him. Everybody sees Dutch now covered in tattoos. His entire chest, down to like what would be like a 3/4 sleeve-ish area, literally looks like just enough to not be seen if he like raises his hand in a suit, is where the tattoos stop. Rosalia is slack-jawed, eyes glazed. This is a powerful woman that looks like a echo of herself. He is on the opposite side of the room, standing still next to, I'll say we're triangulated. Callum is at the door with Elliot. Ainsley is at one end of the room. Rosalia, Dutch, and the attendant are at another.
And point of order is Tom here.
Tom is unconscious under my arm.
I will say, will you put him on the bed? Okay. I was going to say you put him on the chair. Yeah, but, you can put him on the bed if you want.
He's laid in state somewhere behind me.
Fully unconscious.
We just threw him down on the cot, and he just kind of bounced a little bit, so his body's shifted.
Give me a medical roll, Ainsley.
Oh, Lord.
It would be nice to have a doctor with you.
Yeah, sure fucking would. So I don't have medicine.
I know. Just roll it.
Okay. I don't know what
you have to hit a 1 for this to go well.
Oh, I have to hit a 1.
You have to hit a 1 for this to go well.
Okay, I'll just do that.
Yeah, clearly skill issue.
Imagine.
36.
He's dead.
That's enough.
Dude, Tom is dead. His face is
wild if you had someone with an 84 in medicine.
That body is not moving. His face looks like a mess. He looks like, in addition to whatever small wounds he may have gotten when he was trying to grab you, and you kind of used his momentum against him to like separate yourself against the railing, has been added to, and it looks like he's got like his eye is fully shut, his lip is busted in half, and his nose looks like it's going in 3 different directions. So you, if you could, roll me a sanity roll.
We're all such good friends, laughing at poor fucking Ainsley making a sanity check.
That's so rough.
Fail.
So my sanity is a 65, and I rolled a 93.
Okay, well, we're not into fumble territory, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to roll my little thing. That is so good.
Oh, is it now?
You gain a new phobia.
You are fucking terrified of Dutch. Any role that involves, whether that's like psychology, some sort of spot hidden, fast talk, anything that involves Dutch, or is any thing that you are doing with Dutch in the room, not actively working with you, is at disadvantage now.
Well, it's a good thing Dutch isn't that important to the campaign then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never worries.
Hey guys, remember when I said shit's gonna get real in episode 4?
Yeah.
I'm not a liar. I'm a lot of things. Not a liar.
I think as I'm like taking this in, like whatever conversation is going on, like my ears just start ringing, and I'm just like, even though he tries to kill me, like that's Tom, and I just, oh my god, you killed him!
No, I didn't. He's unconscious.
What happened? What did you do?
Well, here's the thing. You were sprinting down a set of stairs, terrified, screaming that this boy was trying to kill you. And so, in an effort to help, look, there are a lot of things going on. He is unconscious, not
I didn't
dead.
ask for your help, you fucking bastard!
You are going to sit down and you are going to shut up. Now, I'm trying to help protect you. You may not understand it. You may not want it. You may not like it. But there is something going on that is above all of us.
All right. So let's just get
Rosalia, as you guys were arguing, Rosalia goes to feel Tom's pulse, and she says, "He's not dead. His pulse is very slow. He will never be as pretty as he was, but he is not."
Oh my god!
What?
I'm just going to.
Ainsley?
I don't even know. I don't know. We were just talking, and I was fucking kidding, but I was just.
I'm gonna like walk over and just kind of hug Ainsley a little bit. Like, hold on, breathe. Take a second.
Give me a charm roll.
Okay. It's a 3.
Yeah. We'll call it a Constitution, I guess. Ainsley, you can roll that at advantage to try to.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, advantage. That's the same thing twice. God damn it! 88.
I was going to say I did forget that you have disadvantage because of Dutch, because it's our first roll since that. So it cancels out anyways. So the universe knows. The universe knows. Yeah, you're still having a hard time. Callum, it feels good, but it's almost like one of those things where like these two sensations don't belong together. The comfort that Callum is offering that has often eluded you from a parental figure feels good, but is only a reminder of your dead parents, one of which that did not care for you, and one whose misguided attempts to care for you has put you in a nightmare.
Yeah.
So you don't calm down.
I'm going to just like gently push Callum away, and I'm gonna lean beside the bed and take Tom's hand. And just, Tom, wake up, please, Tom. And I'm just like gently tapping his cheek, and just, Tom, please wake up, please.
Judging by the look of Dutch, it might be a minute for that. So let's just calm down for a second. Look, this might sound weird. I know how to help. I know how to help fix whatever's happening here. All right? I just need you to trust me, everyone.
Yes, do it. And I like gesture to him, like assuming you mean you're like a doctor or something. Just like, yeah, please.
I can do like minor first aid, but he is alive, so I don't need to, right? He's fine. Okay, I promise he needs to sleep it off. It'll be okay. He's here in my room. It's been a safe spot so far. It'll stay there.
If at all possible, while this is going on, Dutch is going to try to... Dutch is damn good at fixing himself up. He's going to try to do some minor things on the cuts, bruises. The brain damage will be brain damage, but would like to do some minor first aid.
CTEs forever.
Yeah.
You don't touch him.
Small point of order. Callum, when they're alive is exactly the time when you need to be doing first aid.
A little bit.
Hey, stay in your hole.
Meanwhile,
Jesus.
Elliot
As
just
far as I know, I will forever.
Purple and black ass hand.
Yeah, your hand is really ballooning up.
Everyone shut the fuck up for a second.
Jesus Christ.
The attendant whispers to you, Dutch, if he does die, we can easily dispose of the body.
Yes, I know. Now is not a good time.
Do I hear that?
Shut the fuck up.
Everybody can give me a listen roll.
Yay.
Yeah, a success.
Don't forget your disadvantage, Ainsley.
Fuck you.
Yep.
That's a 24 out of 20, so I don't succeed on that.
That's so brutal.
50 on an 81.
Okay.
On disadvantage? Damn.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's incredible.
Yeah, you hear him say, if it is necessary, we can get rid of the body. But what's more interesting to all of you is you hear Dutch called Ogre-san.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I hear get rid of the body. I just go, who is that?
This is someone who works with me tangentially, not someone I know, but he is of my organization. He is not a threat to my knowledge. What the fuck are you doing here? Over to the attendant now. I thought I was the only one sent.
There are many of us on board.
Sorry about the whole gun thing.
I fully understand.
What were you?
We all must protect what is ours.
What were you doing? Why
am I here to protect what is ours?
Our organization, the Yakuza, are uniquely interested in dismantling the large organization that we call the Magata Yurei, that have largely funded this boat, that have largely made some of the more frightening things happen. Elliot, you and I had a quick trip downstairs on our first night on this boat, listening in on some rather frightening things. Rosalia and I breaking in to the safe, Ainsley, in your family's room, found grosser things. A map, coordinates, where we are, which drop goes where, what horrifying things that I don't even know what the fuck they are, getting dumped into the ocean. They're trying to bring back children.
No, they're trying to do much worse than that, I promise you.
I have letters, and I can't bring them out right now. We put them back in the safe. We think they've been tampered with or fixed, but the people are trying to bring back lost children.
That might be part of it. I promise you there's much worse coming with it.
That's... Quite frankly, I don't understand past bringing back children. That's the furthest I have.
It's fine. I have further. We need a book. Elliot, I assume you know something about a book. I know you were searching for one earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same book at all, but I need a book.
I went back to Harrington's room to see if it was even still there. It wasn't in our safe. I assume he fucking destroyed it with everything else of mine he destroyed after we had our little spat earlier, so...
It might be a different book. I think it's a book that the captain has.
Speaking of Harrington Duke, and I know, Elliot, you two are not on the best of terms, where is he?
The fuck if I know.
Fine.
I will say Elliot knows. According to Elliot's knowledge, Elliot knows.
I was going to say Elliot, the last place Elliot knows that Harrington went was below decks. Yeah, into the
That's when I passed out.
I genuinely did not remember that, but thank you.
That's when I passed out.
Okay. It's why you knew it was a safe that you had a safe time to search the room.
You guys, let me clarify. You guys went down there, saw the sacrifice with the bay doors open and the dumping of the legally distinct beast.
Kitty whippins.
And then
legally distinct.
And you went and did that because you knew that sometime about an hour plus ish later. So essentially you guys like swapped. And as you were looking in the safe, you knew Harrington was down there. This is about, we'll call it like 35 minutes or so once everybody got like calm, including the time from like you guys reading the thing, Tom having the conversation. We'll call it like an hour and a half now. You know that Harrington, I'll say that there. You have the idea that Harrington is probably, knowing how like social he is, probably still entertaining those two gentlemen. That would be your like suspicion.
Look, if we can get me the book, I can fix it.
What book? How
are you going to fix it? It would help if I could
it?
Even fucking open the book. Harrington and I spent weeks so far trying to get it open.
I can open it, I promise. I just need to get it.
What the hell are any of you talking about? How's a book going to fix any of this?
I don't.
There is a crate down in the belly of the ship. He's probably down there checking on his precious little prize. So
if there is a way during this, Dutch is going to check out Elliot's hand and try to bandage it at least somewhat to hold it together.
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah, it's a medicine. Yeah, medicine roll.
Medicine, not first aid.
I feel like I thought first aid is more like immediate help someone stop dying.
First aid is like stop an injury from gaining complications. Yeah. Medicine is fix the injury.
Exactly what I want to do. Though.
I'm not looking to make the hand better. I'm just looking to make sure that it won't get worse.
Okay. If you're just trying to like stabilize, set it. That's fine. I'll take that.
Like Dutch would stabilize his own nose or broken hand doing the same thing.
You have more in first aid than the base?
Yes, way more. That's a hard success. 18 on 75.
Perfect. Yeah. I will say that you probably don't. We'll take away the disadvantage then for anything like running, like going up a ladder or something like that. But you still can't brawl, or you still can't brawl. Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
Like operate something with your hand.
I don't want to punch anything ever again now.
I like punching.
You got the one.
But guess what, Elliot? If you can't use a gun to fight and you have to fight someone, guess what you have to use?
You have to use
Scream.
If you can't use your hand to fight, you got to use a gun.
Oh, great! No, I can kick things.
It's almost like I gave you. It's almost like I gave you a Sophie's choice.
God, what a movie drop for this moment. The SS Sophia's choice. I hate all of us.
New episode title just dropped.
Okay. Right. So your hand is set.
We need to go down, right, and check if Harrington's there. I don't think it should be all of us. As a matter of fact, it should be some, and some should probably go like right now. There's too many people in here for me. I need some space.
Fantastic. Dutch is going to turn to the attendant. Make sure the unconscious one is okay. Do not dispose of anything. Do not hurt the boy. Make sure he's all right. If he needs any medical attention, get it for him. Say he fell down the stairs. Understood.
Yes,
good.
Yes.
Horrifying tumble down several flights, enough that he's that damaged.
Give me an idea roll.
Gladly. 72, that is way over.
Everybody give me an idea roll.
Okay. All right.
That's just intelligence, right?
Yep.
Yes.
19, that's a hard success.
Do I get disadvantage on this because Dutch is here?
Yes. You could also psychology if you have that. into essentially Francis Chester Reed, who you have all essentially identified as the ringleader. So if you have better psychology, you could use psychology as well.
Oh. No, I'll keep the 72.
I got a hard success.
I forgot what my previous roll was.
Just redo it.
Just redo it.
Yeah, just redo it.
Yeah, take what you want.
Oh, so 17 on a 75.
Okay.
Is that with is the psychology still with disadvantage?
No.
I was-
to Dutch.
No,
I did that
I'll
with
say
intelligence. I mean, either way, it passes.
Yeah, it's fine.
But my
I
psychology
thought it
is
was
50.
I thought it was
it's
also
fine.
if Dutch is in the room.
Okay, so this boy to the. If you let this boy go to the infirmary, he's not coming back.
Right. No, he's staying in the room.
Yeah. Okay. Well, because Dutch said take him. Say he fell down the stairs.
I said take care of him. I didn't. I
thought you meant like take him to the infirmary.
If something
medical help.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he leaves, if he is
my bad.
Okay. It's all good. I just wanted to make sure that you guys understand.
Wait, why would that be?
He is very clearly. He's been already identified. Dutch can put that together, and Callum can put that together. And I don't know. You guys haven't said yet, right? That he's. I guess. Because you haven't shared what you found, that part, did you?
The which part?
You just said you found stuff. You didn't say what you
I talked about the letters. I talked about the sacrifices. I talked about.
Did you say that he's an heir?
Talk about the inheritance.
I did not.
No.
Okay, so Ainsley, if you want to ask that question, Rosalia says, "I don't believe it's a good idea to take him to the infirmary. I do not believe we'd see Tom again."
Why not? What do you mean? He needs it.
Oh, this is important.
Dutch.
Rosalia, you have a softer touch about this.
I have regained myself, or whatever is left of me after Ainsley. There was a letter in our father's safe. We got into it. We came to try to find you. In it was a letter to the family lawyer, supposedly a copy of said letter, to name Tom as an inheritor.
What?
The letter is a forgery. It is not. It's very close. It is very good forgery. It is, however, not. It is a signature I've seen a million times. It is not our father's. Just make sure she can put this together. Oh, yeah. It rolled a 2.
Beautiful.
Glad you roll all for us. Thanks, bud.
All the rolls have been breaking your guys' way on my side. So that's why I've been making you roll your own insanities. If I had to guess, there was a disagreement between Sir Francis Chester Reed and Father, involving the sacrifice and involving the larger scheme of whatever is going on.
Sacrifice? What?
Ainsley, the words mean what they mean. They wanted to sacrifice children of theirs to bring back ones that have died. Father thought he could offer your life for Christians. And when that was not clear, he seemed, if not opposed, uninterested. And I think Francis Chester Reed murdered our father and either tricked Tom and planted evidence to make it seem like he is the one who killed father, and perhaps put him up to killing you and offered some sort of reward.
If it's any consolation, many of the important families aboard were doing this. The Frenchies were going to sacrifice a baby, their newborn. The Italians, the Germans, Francis Chester Reed especially, in hopes to bring back
Sophia,
his own daughter.
But none of this is real. This is all...
The sacrifices down below, the cryptozoological ones, are to bring back the entity that will do the resurrections of sorts.
Look, I don't understand it either. It's all...
Callum, you would remember that the Watcher told you is to break the seals.
Sorry, yeah.
The sacrifices are to break the seals, and that when all 7 are broken, an entity with control of life and death will arise.
Then remind me, because I'm trying to remember.
Mm-hmm.
The sacrifice
I gave you like a lot.
Opens the book.
The book requires. It said it requires an offering. It was not. The Watcher wasn't clear. You we'll get to that when you guys get to the book.
Okay, just making sure. And the sacrifice is what actually does the ritual to become the vessel.
Yep.
Okay.
We need to secure Tom. I actually think my suite we can use.
So he's not an inheritor. He's not.
He's not.
Then why can't we take him to the infirmary?
He knows too much, perhaps.
Or Chester Reed knows that he would...
A loose end that...
There's nothing to...
He may be a loose end that... Just as our father was. And if he was disposed of that easily, I do not believe it would take a moment of consideration for Captain Reed to deal with another problem. Come to deal with. I will show you the letters in Father's hand.
But there's nothing to raise the dead. What are these people?
No, there's plenty to raise the dead.
This world is a lot stranger than it looks at its outset. Part of my operation in the Yakuza is to stop things like this and learn about things like this. Callum, from our few conversations, you've seen some shit. Elliot, you've clearly done some studying.
Yeah.
Hell, Elliot, that ring's mighty interesting.
Yeah, Elliot's just gonna, he has it always in his pocket, and he kind of pulls it out, and it's kind of just, sitting there, contemplating, Captain Reed, pulled him aside, Alexander Montague pulled him aside.
You said Elliot puts the ring on the table?
No, he has had it in his pocket, and he is kind of fidgeting with it, in his hand now. And he's kind of, pulling a Frodo, and is kind of thinking, all of these men, all of these important people, kind of just kept pulling him to the side, promising him all of this shit, and even Captain Reed was trying to I guess now that I realize that it's trying to cover up his tracks by sending Elliot out to play big important detective.
It's almost as if he played on Elliot's need for validity.
Yeah, and stroking his ego and his hubris. Ha ha ha. We need
you
to
see the attendant gives a murderous look your way.
Don't touch him. Iron. He's not worth it. To the attendant.
He just gives a small.
Good.
We need to get Harrington. We need to go down there. We need to find him.
Okay, you go do that. We can take Tom to our suite, and I can show you the letters. Ainsley,
No, I believe you. I believe you. You don't have to show me anything. Rosalia, If this is all true, if these people are planning on murdering their children, what Edward Reed, where is he?
It is probably with his mother. I don't know. He's always, I mean, ever since the tragedy of the Titanic, he's been mentally impaired. Any other family, most probably institutionalized, and he never makes public appearances, and he's on board. Why did nobody?
Someone needs to make sure he's safe.
From what it seems like, from what we've been able to read, they need to hit these spots. There's 5 more, I believe, and then they will sacrifice to whatever they are unleashing.
The kid's not dead yet.
Yes,
We need to
no
stop them while
children
we
of
have the
Osiris.
time ahead.
Yes, they are. And then, because you guys described seeing the animal,
Right.
or the beast, the cryptid sacrificed, right? And Rosalia puts together, right, it says, it seems as though there may be other things in the hold that need to be disposed of at the house. And then...
We need to go now, then.
Well,
To the-
and then she explains that there's like coordinates, and so it's like, it's spread out. It's like,
We have some time.
you have some time,
We have some-
essentially is what you're saying.
Okay.
Rosalia.
I believe the most important thing is that we not let them know that we are onto them. Elliot, the most imperative thing is for you to maintain contact with Captain Reed and ensure that at least the appearance, or maybe even a real investigation is conducted. And try to pick up who he's trying to point you in the direction of.
I can try.
I'm going to search for a second, and I'm going to grab the journal I've been writing the new Watcher series in. I'm going to hand it to Elliot. Say, look, you got into my room. I don't know how you got it, but you got some dirt on somebody he was looking for.
Okay.
You've seen me running through the halls, tattoos blazed out, looking like a connected man.
Okay, we'll take Tom. You can look in the hold or find...
For what it's worth, Rosalia, there's hidden passages everywhere, so just check the suite when you get there, make sure everything's actually a wall.
passages.
This ship is Swiss cheese.
Yeah, and then we'll say that you guys... as you guys walk out,
I'll very
explain
intentionally at one
all
point
of the stuff.
open the passage and go in one. So they
Who's
just
going
in case
where?
it happens.
That is what I was going to ask. So at what point are we splitting and who's going where?
I think maybe we should split at the halfway point. No matter what, Dutch is going with Callum and Elliot.
Yeah, I was going to go down
To go find.
I was going to go down to Harrington, too.
Are you using the tunnels?
I thought that was the only way we could get down there.
Yeah,
You can
get into the hold.
You can get past the guards. Elliot, you probably would be able to at this point,
Hmm.
considering you are like deputized by the captain.
Yeah.
It's just me and Dutch.
So you guys are going to use the tunnels, though, Dutch and you also remember that there's patrols.
Right. Elliot, do you think you could get us in there with you?
I don't see why not. I mean, Harrington had brought down two of Freed's guys, but I mean, I could probably
Really
swing you guys down there.
I mean, worst
Have
case
you,
scenario, they stop us at the door.
Yeah, Elliot, 1, give me a roll. And then 2, I'll say this is all happening as you guys are taking Tom to Ainsley's old room. They're
What am I
gonna-
rolling? Can you do that?
Yeah, we're all.
Okay.
Elliot wants to show and like share information so that everybody's on the same page.
Okay.
Be a good
I don't think we
girl.
heard
Be
what
a
to
good
roll.
girl for me. Yeah. What am I rolling
this-
for?
What did I say? An idea roll.
That's a 38 on idea. So that's a hard success.
Perfect. Yeah, you think between the fact that you have a few ideas. You could at this point you're like 3 hours after. The idea that they're still in the hold is probably not. They're probably not there anymore, right? So you could either go back to you can check. Like, I would say that logically speaking, right, your first step would be try to check the room. If you don't see him there, you would go to remember that first bar you met Mr. Montague in, and Bruno and Gunter were in there too. And that would be your like next lead, is to find them.
Yeah.
And then maybe go down into the hole. It is also like midnight right now.
Okay. We should check Harrington. We should check Harrington's suite first. Maybe he got out. Maybe he's okay.
You have no reason to believe that
We have no reason to believe anything's wrong with him.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. That's the problem. Is like you don't have any, like you're sort of starting cold.
Okay.
As you guys are talking about this,
as far as everyone here knows, Harrington's the one on the.
As you guys are talking about this, Rosalia is opening the safe to show like the timeline and the stuff. It's all gone.
We are in grave danger.
The only thing in there is the like anything that had to do with that is gone. There are still some legal papers. There's a lot of cash. Rosalia's mom's like jewels, the other stuff that was like in there before is still in there. Anything that had to do with Virgo Pastoris, any records of any correspondence is all gone. And then but what is still there is the letter to
affirm Ainsley as an heir and
Tom as an heir. In addition to, not like it doesn't disavow Ainsley, to be clear. It's just in addition to. So it makes it seem like, to give you plain English, it makes it seem like, oh, there's just another bastard son.
But that was the forgery.
That was the forgery.
Rosalia, if they know how to get in here, we can't leave him here. Also, where's your mother? You guys could open the door. Does somebody open the door to the suite?
Dutch will.
Who does it?
Dutch will. I'm sorry?
You do it?
Either me or Dutch. We both said we would.
Dutch,
so
Dutch, you want to do it? I'll let. Yeah. Okay. As you open the door, it's pitch black. And as you walk towards the body that is on the bed, you see a woman that's slowly breathing. She's passed out. There's a bottle of opium on the nightstand.
I couldn't deal with another person dead on the ship, thank God.
That's wait till next episode.
Oh God! That's the second time we thought Lucinda was dead.
For one
second time this woman faked us out.
You check her pulse. She's fine. You put like your hand over her mouth. You feel the breath. She's got like the normal resting heart rate of many of the attendants in the den that you did
live in for a while.
It does, so I could also say you guys could do like spot hidden. There's not like an investigate, right? What's another way to do this? Like
there isn't a specific.
Yeah, you could do spot hidden or Dutch. If you want to do like a I will give you a like a locksmith to see like if this was safe, was like if it was fucked with in some way or whatever.
I will gladly.
Yeah, everybody else can do like a spot hidden to investigate the room essentially.
That is a 6. That is exactly what I need for an extreme success on locksmith.
Okay.
God damn it.
17 on a 25.
What you got, Julia?
Well, I get disadvantage.
Yes.
So, yeah, 76 on a 60.
Good. Every
it was
time.
a 66, so not like it would have been okay.
Every time you're trying to like look around because Rosalia says like let's look for clues. Oh yeah, I need to roll hers. See what she is. 22. Which tips it in your favor. As another extreme success. As you're looking around, every time you hear like Dutch say, "God damn it," or something, you just kind of jump, and it's like really losing your focus, and you remember and you picture Tom's face.
Just imploded.
Where did we put Tom? Is he like in my
He's
room?
in your room, and the attendant is essentially
dirt.
standing by, watching over. Dutch gave clear instructions to not kill him, but you also can't let this guy loose. So the attendant is there. Dutch, you are investigating this. This was a group roll, so this is everybody's success, but Dutch will be the one that finds it because they got the lowest. You're looking like in the safe, and you're trying to see if there's like any evidence of like prying or whatever, and then you realize something as you're like looking at this safe, looking into it with the lights fully on, and you're like actually looking at it, right? And so there's like a few different shelves, and then there's like a bigger spot, and then there's like a bottom area that like you could fit like a file, like a small file cabinet style thing, right? It's a pretty big safe. You've also seen the other side of these rooms, and what you see and what you realize when you're looking at these and you're thinking about the tunnels and you're thinking about the patrols, there is no weld mark where the back meets the sides.
Can I try to push it open?
As you begin to investigate that way, you feel a mechanism that looks like it's latched from the outside. You could have found
that information
in like episode. I just want you to know that.
No, for sure. You cut out at the worst time.
Oh, sorry. You guys had an opportunity to find this in like episode 1.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Why would we think to do that?
No, we're stupid,
with
David.
You guys were on your guys' level and you went down. Remember, I asked repeatedly, do you go up or down? And you guys never went up to these suites.
Wow. First,
we got
David, you're an evil genius.
Elliot, as you think about this, Elliot, as you think about this, you realize, Elliot, as you think about this, you realize that that's where the book is. That's how they got the book.
Side.
They sent somebody to grab the book, so that somebody has it.
This is why you wouldn't let me have a fucking floor safe, David.
Yep.
Wow. From the fucking ether with his.
That's hilarious.
God.
Yeah, he asked, "Can I have a floor safe?" And I said, "Nope. All the safes are in the wall."
That's hilarious.
They are, yeah.
That's so funny.
Piece of shit.
That's so funny.
Actually, I need you to know I just ran back to my chair from checking on the dogs barking because I heard you mention this.
So funny.
Okay, I need to cuss you out about it.
So yeah, so now we're gonna move on to trying to locate Harrington. It is midnight. It is like 1 in the morning, right? It's past midnight now. It's like 1 in the morning.
Can I, real quick, before we leave the room, as everyone is filing out, if I could just pull Rosalia aside for a second?
Yeah. Rosalia's going to go to sleep. She said she's done for the night. There's nothing she can do.
Yeah. Rosalia, I'm so sorry for everything. I can't help feeling like this is all my fault, and I will do everything in my power to help you. I'm so sorry. I know that doesn't...
Oh, go ahead.
I know that doesn't mean anything, but
She takes your hands in her hands, and she says, Ainsley, it is not all your fault. This is all that is spilled onto us. The sins of the father, or the duty of the son. And then you feel your hands, the grip on your hands tighten, and she pulls you closer. She says, and the sins of the mother are yours. And when this is sorted, I will see you die. And she shoves you out of the room and closes the door.
Damn, Rosalia's not gonna let that go.
I had another thing to ask her after that.
That's too damn bad.
But
Yeesh.
Shove me outside with the big scary dogs who I also don't want to play with, and just
You told her I knew how your brother died, and it was my mom. I've explained Rosalia as an extremely fiery
that's
person.
So fair. I just thought when we all calmed down, she was going to be like, I overreacted.
Nope.
No. Why should she?
Let's be so real. If somebody said, hey, remember how your, beloved older sibling tragically died?
I understand all of this.
My mom, and it was also a social ploy.
I understand all of this. I just thought we were a little bit chill.
To Elliot's room.
To Elliot's room.
To
Harrington's room, more realistically.
No, it's your room.
I stopped outside the room, and the three of you were there, and I'm just like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, we're not going to... this isn't going to be a step-by-step thing. This is going to be a roll. First... this is going to be a group roll. So whoever is on the Harrington search party, you're on the Harrington search party, right? So you're going to be the rolling. So who's that? Dutch?
What's
Elliot?
The other party?
It sounds like everybody.
It's everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so all four of you. Okay. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know if other people were going to go do other things.
Everyone but Harrington.
I'm going to say...
we want to have a group go to Francis Chester Reed.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm saying. So there's narratively a few different options I have laid out, but these are going to be determined by this roll, right? So I need half successes on. So if you have, I need 3 out of 4 to get them in 24 hours.
What are we rolling?
Hard successes on
spot hidden
no. These are idea rolls. This is the investigation. This is can I figure this out?
Oh no.
Right.
And I still have disadvantage?
No. I will say that you maybe you and Callum go in different directions. That again, there will be narrative depending on how these rolls play out, the narrative will play out different. And however many rolls it takes you to figure it out determines how many days, right? So if you guys get this first one, 3 out of 4 success. I need 3 out of 4 hard successes, and you find them within 24 hours.
Okay. On idea.
33 on an 80 intelligence.
Hard success guy. 1. What do you got, River?
Sorry, hold on. I'm dropping shit.
Okay.
I got a 41 on a 75.
Okay. So 1 for 2. What do you got, Callum?
Hard success.
Hard success 2. River, it's down to you.
You got this, Riv.
Don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up.
For context, everything decided to fall over all at once after I dropped 1 die. Okay, I need to get a hard success on a raw idea roll.
Hard success. Roll intelligence.
What's a hard success on intelligence for you?
25. This is not in our favor.
I'm dead, gang.
Harrington.
4. I will show you with my camera.
No.
It's 0,
fine.
0, 4.
I don't want you to move your camera.
I'll get on his hand.
Okay. So this is what happens. You guys, first, Harrington, I need another sanity roll at disadvantage.
Fuck.
We're starting at a 25. Up to a 55. Did I lose any sanity? I lost sanity.
Oh, yeah, you would have lost 2, right?
Yes.
From when...
No, I only failed 1.
2d6.
No, you're from the fight, you lost them. So 2d6 twice.
Wait, what? Why is it 2d6 twice?
From the fight. You're passing out your experience.
Yeah, what? The fight was the only sanity roll I failed.
No, you failed the one when you woke up. The fight was like an automatic one. I've
only failed one.
I know the fight
getting an automatic
is
a sanity failure. Got it.
Your conversation with your brother was the result of that failure of sanity, and then this is the second one. Okay, 8 and then
Ouch.
10. Okay, where is
fucking
18 on? Oh, your sanity's not on the sheet I have. What was your sanity at?
Sanity 70.
Minus 18.
It should be on the sheet.
The sheet I have, it does not have it on here.
Minus 18.
Weird. So 52. So you're just above it. You fail another sanity roll.
Oh
no. Harrington,
I'm still confused. You had me roll a sanity roll this episode, which was the one I failed, saying that was the fight. You said this is from the fight and from being so close to the edge of death, and then you had me roll that, and then I went into the thing with my brother.
In the aftermath. Do you want to keep fighting about this, or do we want to keep going?
I'm just confused as to what the second sanity failure is.
Didn't you fail?
What was the roll that I failed?
Didn't you fail after you woke up?
No, I rolled again and succeeded when I woke up.
No, okay. So I
rolled sanity. This is the third time I've rolled sanity.
Yeah, and so the first one was from when you woke up. You woke up in the aftermath of the fight, right?
I never got knocked out in the fight or anything. You just had me roll. You said this is for being in the fight.
Pass out. So I said you pass out as a narrative way to explain that you have a bout of madness, and then you woke up.
I passed out is my bout of
madness. In the same way that he passed out, right? So that was a narrative way to explain you passed out from a bout of madness. And you lose sanity from that. And then you woke up and you rolled 2 separate rolls because of the period of time that you were in. And this is your last roll. I'm
mostly confused as to why a fight is a automatic sanity failure.
Experience and feeling your lifeblood escape you as you are locked in a room and the light escapes is a loss of sanity.
Okay.
It's you are in solitary confinement to the extreme, which is that's how people are broken down in whatever, right? These other roles are for resilience.
Okay.
So phobia, you begin to every time you hear like a skitter or another sound, every once in a while you could hear like a loud thump outside your door. It sends you into a panic. For the investigation game, you go to Harrington's room. There's nothing else missing from the safe. The safe's still the way it is. There's no sign of Harrington. You wait till the next morning to try to find him. Cannot find him anywhere on board. You try the outboards, and although intermittently you hear some sounds in the outboards that could be Morse code for SOS, there is significant patrols, so it makes it difficult to find and locate. And there seems to be more people. And then that morning, you find a missive in your room to meet Captain Reed, Elliot. And when you enter the room, Gunter is in there with your book. Francis Chester Reed is sitting at his desk. Gunter is sitting in the other chair with his book.
His book?
With your book. Sorry.
Thank you.
Captain Reed says, "Thank you. There's been some developments. There's been another murder." And then he goes on to explain that an officer was found clubbed to death. Remember when Callum hit someone so hard in the back of the head with a gun?
Yeah, I remember that.
This was last episode.
Last episode.
This was last episode, and Elliot was there for that.
Yes. It was one of my officers, one of the junior ones. He was on patrol. This is, and my associate Gunter has some information that may be troubling to you. And
what happened?
I'll let him explain. Gunter goes on to explain, from what he says, is that Sir Lawrence tried to sell him a piece of the research. Said, if you want in, and gave the book as a good faith offering to be brought in, that this is a groundbreaking discovery, in the way that Gunter explains it, right?
Yeah.
And that when Gunter said that Gunter explains that he seemed unwell and unhinged and spoke about secret tunnels. And then Captain Reed goes on to explain that the body was found in one of the outboard tunnels, and that they may believe Sir Harrington is not well and could be the source of these problems.
So, okay, to Elliot's knowledge, the officer thing was Callum's fault. He's not gonna snitch on Callum for that. That'd be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Bad. But Elliot at least would hope to God that him offering to sell research, that doesn't sound like Harrington.
Give me an idea roll at advantage. And that's exactly what I was going to say, right? To see what you see through this. Or a psychology if your psychology is better.
No, my idea. That is a 50 on an 80, which still passes.
Yeah, based on all these things around, it seems clear, Gunter doesn't know that he went down with Sir Harrington, right? He doesn't know that happened that way. He also doesn't know all of the other stuff that you know about the different locations and the different stuff. What you can put together is that they are clearly setting up now Sir Harrington as the new Patsy, because Tom never came back. So they don't know what happened to Tom. They don't know. You guys put together last night, right? That Tom was essentially used to eliminate Ainsley and then become, he went crazy because he wanted all the money. So he killed his brother and he killed his dad to get the position. And now they're just, this is a scramble move.
Mm-hmm.
And it all points you also in the direction that certainly Gunter has something to do with his death or Sir Harrington's disappearance.
Does anyone know where Harrington went? He never came back to his room last night.
After I told him I needed some time to think about his deal, he became hastily frustrated and did not, and sort of stormed away. I assumed he would be in his room. But did he not return last night?
No, I went back to check in on him and he was gone.
Interesting. Perhaps when you find Sir Harrington, we will find answers to these questions. And at this point, he says, also, these books seems useless. I don't know whose it is, but it was
just something we pulled from some of the locals in Hong Kong. We thought it was just interesting to bring back for anthropology reasons, document it back in Princeton, maybe might be useful.
give me a... You can either give me a charm or a fast talk.
Okay. Dice, you've been such a good girl. You've been the best girl to me, except for that 199. Please.
God, please stop dirty talking your dice.
That's a 24 on a 35.
It's one of those dumb things that is hard to do. And he like just kind of like tosses the book on the table. And then he says, like him and Captain Reed like exchange a look, and he like sort of gives a he tells you, "I am available if you need any other help."
Oh, I think, investigation. I'm getting kind of, like you said, Captain Reed, I've been talking a little bit more with Callum lately, so I'm just trying to see if there's anything,
Yeah, well, whatever you need, you have full access and run of the ship. Whatever you need to look into, you got it. And just let me know if you need any other people or anything.
Got it.
He puts a hand out.
I'm going to see if I can just take the book off their hands. And
he threw it. He threw it on the table. They seem to have not really a good idea of what to do.
I am trying to very conspicuously heel toe out of his office.
Okay, the other thing that you guys put together, once you tell Dutch, you run and tell Dutch this, right? Of like, okay, this is what happened, and you tell Callum. You have run of the ship now. The last place he was seen is downstairs in the hold. You go down there. You take a look around. You hear beating, the same intermittently coming from one container. The container that you see is it has like a mechanism. It looks like some sort of like large key, 2 of them in order to open. And then you talk to the guard, and then you figure that out. You tell them, and then you flash the ring a little bit too, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, duh," and they like explain a little bit more. And then when you tell Dutch and everybody this, you guys realize that if you had a key and where to hide it, you would probably put it in a safe. So now I need stealth rolls. To get these. Wait. What's up?
Could I have just taken the book? If Elliot gives it to me,
you can take the book
back to my room.
You have the book. If Elliot will give it to you,
I'll hand the book off to Callum,
and we'll get to yours in a second.
Room that I'm not leaving.
Yeah, you'll be in the room. I was figuring Dutch and Elliot would do these.
Okay, cool.
We got.
Just make sure.
Oh, am I not rolling?
If you want to be a part of it too, then yes, you can roll.
Or you can be with
not
me.
If I'm going to have disadvantage.
Cold shit.
I can say you went with Elliot.
Okay. Then 48 on a 50.
Dutch did, however, get a hard success on stealth.
What'd you get?
82
Elliot?
out of 60.
You got 2 out of 3, and you got a hard success, so it's fine. You and Ainsley, you put together who they were, who you went down there with, and you find the rods that look like they fit in. It is later that night. It's been about 24 hours since anybody last seen Harrington. And Dutch, I assume you go down there. Elliot, do you go as well?
Yes.
Ainsley?
I really don't know. If Callum's not going, then I think I'm not going to.
Okay. I could say you guys are in the room, Callum, and we'll get to that next session about how the how you guys deal with the book. You guys stick the rods in. You turn the doors. Sir Harrington, you hear the sound of the hydraulics begin to move, and then you hear the and as the doors open and the light brightens, you see Dutch and Elliot standing outside, and they walk right past you. And they open a container that's already mostly open, and you guys see the Officer Harrington. And from behind you, Dutch, you hear Igor's voice. I've been waiting a long time for this. And that's where we're going to finish.
Fucker.
Why I'm